is a step in the right direction for Connecticut.
After more than 2 years, a family's demand for justice is now one step closer to happening as a state trooper is charged with manslaughter in connection to a deadly shooting.
And today the family is saying while the arrest brings relief, there is still a long way to go. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief MATTMCFARLAND is live at the mobile newsroom in West Haven where this shooting happened in 2020. Matt.
Well, Aaron and Mark, SOULEMAN'S family gathered here right on Campbell Avenue because, as you said, this is right near that highway overpass. That's where this teenager was shot a number of times back in January of 2020 after leading police on a high-speed chase. And while the family is pleased that this will now head to court, they weren't sure it would ever get this far.
Justice for Mubarak! Justice for Mubarak!
For the past 2 years, family and friends of Mubarak Suleiman have demanded answers and asked for an arrest. And this week, they got it.
I wasn't hopeful, to be honest, that the Inspector General will see this case for what it obviously was, not justified. So even the fact that a charge was brought on him is a relief.
On Tuesday, State Trooper Brian North turned himself into police, charged with manslaughter in the January 2020 shooting death of the teenager.
That would not bring Mubarak back, but at least I know Brian North has been brought to justice.
Body and dash cam video give you an idea of what happened that night. What started as a reported carjacking in Norwalk turned into a high-speed chase on 95, with Suleiman eventually getting off in West Haven, where he hit a car and police boxed him in. According to the Inspector General, after ignoring several commands to get out of the stolen car, North fired 7 shots after he said the 19-year-old reached for a knife. Later, telling investigators he thought other officers on scene were in danger. But the Inspector General ruled that wasn't the case, calling the shooting unjustified, saying the car was boxed in, the door was locked, and officers weren't trying to enter it.
The Inspector General found that this police officer did not act as a reasonable police officer and did not do what a reasonable police officer would have done under those circumstances. 20 years, that's what we want, the maximum penalty.
The state police union called the shooting a tragic situation, saying North made a split-second decision to protect others. And while they don't agree with the Inspector General's decision, they and Suleiman's family will now wait for the judicial process to play out.
Justice would be having my brother here today, would be laughing with him, would be watching him grow, would be watching him go to college, get married. That's justice. It should have never happened. But this is a step in the right path. This is a step towards accountability. And that's all I could ask for at this moment.
Now, Trooper Brian North is scheduled to appear in court next month. In addition to the criminal charges, there's also a civil case Suleiman's family and their attorneys have filed against a number of state troopers and also some local officers that were on the scene that night. So again, a local officer's a wrongful death suit that was going in civil court as well. We're live at the mobile newsroom in West Haven. MATTMCFARLAND, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.